So, story time. Um, since I was little, since I was a preteen, I've been going out on bike rides with mates. I don't do this so much anymore. Obviously, just a boring, grumpy grown-up now. But back in the day, me and my friends would go out on bike rides, and we would swing into a mini mart, like a 60s style mini mart in my village, run by a chap that we all know as Mr. T, and he is an absolute diamond of a bloke. Him and his wife run that shop. There's always one of them in at some point in the day. They work so hard, bless them, and they're just awesome. Anyway, we dive in there and we grab like a can of Shandy Bass because we were really hard, because that was like the closest thing we could get to beer when we were little, and grabbed a packet of crisps and sweets and all that sort of stuff. You know what it's like. And I remember seeing a box with a Bush TV on it on top of his fridges back then, and I must have been probably 11, maybe 12. Definitely wasn't a teenager. And so, long story cut short, I may even find a date on this in a moment. I accidentally purchased a Commodore 64 the other day. It was extraordinarily cheap, and I pretty much just couldn't not. So I'm waiting for that to arrive, and I was thinking about the idea of firing up an old Commodore 64 on a new telly. It just didn't sit right with me. It needs to be like a CRT. I've actually got my Sega Master System 2 hooked up to my TV in my living room, and it just doesn't look as good because everything's so crisp. You actually need the slight fuzziness from a CRT to smooth everything out. Anyway, I'm obviously not going to bother with the Commodore on the channel because they've been done to death. It's purely for my own interest and enjoyment. I've always wanted an old computer. So yeah, anyway, long story cut short, I went in there today, and I was thinking about this, and I saw him up there. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to make him an offer. There was this one, and there was one other that the more I think about it, the more I might have to go and buy that one as well. These TVs have been up on top of that shelf for at least 20 years, I would say. And he's obviously taken the sellotape off to check it's all right, which, cool. That's a good sign. I don't mind that so much, because I don't think it definitely hasn't been out of the box. That box has been in that position, as you can see, for many years. But he is the sort of fastidious chap who, if he's going to buy something that was at this point quite expensive in its day, he was going to check it was all good before he sold it to his customers. He's one of those old boys. I don't think I've ever had to return anything to Mr. T, ever. So, after the 3-minute ramble about how amazing my local newsagent is, I ended up with a brand new inbox Bush TV that's only been opened to check that it's not busted by Mr. T, I presume, when it was brand new, because this tape is just as brittle as anything. Yeah, I haven't looked in here yet. I just thought it might be cool. I know the unboxing thing's a little bit overdone and all that, but I'm too excited, and I didn't want to not show you guys what it would be like, because I don't know what year this thing was made. What I do know is it once carried a price tag, and I don't know if you can make that out, of $89.99. And before that, should we do a bit of archaeology here? I feel a bit bad disturbing this price tag. It's been stuck to the other price tag for all those years. So it was $89.99. Obviously, we came to a very fair agreement for both of us on it. There's the name of the shop, Cost Cutter. I see that says $89.99 there. Oh, hang on, no, I think it might be a 9 actually. Okay, so he knocked a tenner off of it, and then I think by that point it just went away. Oh, NTSC playback. That's interesting. Yeah, so let's have a look. Oh, I have to stick that back on the sentimental side like that. Okay, what we got in here? You see all various. Just someone's obviously written something down at some point. Oh no, there's polystyrene. I'm gonna have to get the wife. Oh, look how shiny new it is. Be brave, Kyle. this stuff, sorry, this stuff really doesn't do it for me. So grab handle on the back, because anything up to a 14-inch telly, as anyone knows who was around when CRT TVs were around, anything up to 14 inches was considered to be portable. It doesn't mean that you would want to carry it around everywhere. It just means it was portable. You could physically pick it up. Oh, I'm being brave. I'm being very brave. Oh dear. Right, excuse the state of my workbench. This was a totally improvised purchase, and I was torn between tidying up and wanting to see this. So there it is. Oh my god, it's wicked. Yeah. Oh, nice chunky power switch. Oh my god. Do you know, despite growing up in the 90s, this is the first time I have ever sat down at a brand new CRT TV. All my TVs when I was a kid were second hand, and they were all very good. I was very pleased with all of them. But got the remote here. Oh wow, that's a bit of 90s right there though. Jesus. It's probably the hastiest unboxing any of you have ever seen, but unfortunately I'm more excited than I am willing to please. Oh, it's got an aerial as well. Oh, look how redundant that is these days. It's more of a disciplinary tool than a commodity now. Do you know, I tell you what, I don't care how redundant that is, that's going to have to get fitted. Where does it go? Right, so that pops in there. I'm going to just... yeah, that's going to have to go in there, even if it's not being used for anything. Right, we'll have a quick gander at the literature. I'm not going to bore you guys with it. This was a totally improvised situation. Oh my god. Sorry. Bit of sellotape on there, was refusing to let go. So nothing fancy as far as, like I've seen a lot of LGR videos where it's all beautifully laid out. This was literally just slung in a bag and thrown in the box. They're not all even the same way up, but that's what you got in the late 90s. Quick setup guide. I'm going to, just for anybody who's particularly enthusiastic about these, I'm going to just show this for a moment and move on to the next one. Just in case anybody wants to read. I might even put a chapter in here just saying reading stuff. Auto tuning, very fancy. Come on. Because obviously a lot of these manuals just got chucked straight in the bin. This terrestrial telly, pre-Freeview, pre-digital of any sort. Oh, there's the instruction manual. That's like quite a chunky instruction manual actually. Oh, it'd be in 15 different languages, won't it? That's what that would be, I would imagine. Cool. User guide. Do you know what? In the interest of not boring you all with it, I'm going to upload that as a separate video so that the bibliophiles of the world who are well into literature from the time want to, if they want to check it out, then they're more than welcome. Holy shit, pardon my French. Good lord. The warranty prices on them. Lordy. Lot of money. Do you reckon they'll still honour it? How many times has that joke been made on YouTube, eh? Another guarantee card. Very cool. I wonder if they're still at the same office. I know this isn't quite as old as, I don't know, digging up a warranty card from the 60s like we did with that old, or the 50s like we did that Pifco hairdryer, but still. I think I've just missed it. Never mind, eh? I feel compelled to see if this actually works. Right. How long before this goes bang do we reckon? I give it 4, maybe 5 seconds. Let's check fast, we've got the plug. Right, obviously we're not going to get much in the way of a signal, but just to be interesting to know if it powers on. Oh. I can see a red light down the sides of the IR receiver, but it isn't actually lighting up. Oh, well. That's either the glow of exploding components or a... Oh my god, I remember that pop and then the fizz. There she goes. That's great, man. Oh, many a year did I spend when I was a kid tuning my Sega Master System into one of these bad lads. Over the moon with that. It's got 98 channels, very fancy. Okay, so what do you do for channel up? Do you press them both together? Nope. There's something funny going on with this middle button. Okay, well, still a bit of an oddball one, I know, but good telly, well done, welcome to the world. Not bad considering it sat on that shelf for all those years unused. Anything could have gone wrong. It could have been faulty from the factory, so I'm pretty chuffed it wasn't, obviously. But yeah, any other manner of things could have happened with it. The capacitors could have gone bad, or dry joints and moisture ingress, especially as the tape was undone. So yeah, very pleased. Thank you for Mr. T. I'm very pleased with my purchase. And yeah, I might do a couple of shots of it with running with the Commodore when I do the video going through the literature. Who knows? We'll see. You guys should know by now that I am about as inconsistent as it could possibly get. So yeah, I'll see you soon.